Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Calm down now. Uncle John is here. And I must say, this room looks like the storage shed of my fourth mansion. So I am scrolling through Truth Social sipping gold-plated wine when what do I see? Secretary of State Antony Blinken and China's Wang Yi meet up pretending to fret that United States-China relations are spiraling downward like my stock portfolio. When I let my nephew trade, Blinken says we need constructive dialogue. Wang Yi says yes, mutual respect, win-win cooperation. Meanwhile, Trump in the background yells we are slapping 34% tariffs on Chinese goods. Peace talk. This is the worst script since I bankrolled a Hollywood flop and lost millions. Let us get this straight. Blinken jets off to some fancy spot, maybe Bali or Geneva, sits down with Wang Yi and they stare at each other like two billionaires fighting over the last private jet parking spot on my island. Wang Yi says America must stop containing China. Blinken says China must stop stealing our technology. Then they both nod and say, yes, we should talk more. Meanwhile, the United States just slapped an extra 10% tariff on Chinese imports and China hits back with 15% duties on American farm goods. Constructive dialogue. That is like me negotiating with my ex-wife promising to split assets fairly but hiding my third yacht in the Caymans. You have to understand, I do not care who comes out on top in this squabble. I have stocks in American tech giants and Middle East oil wells. Relations spiral or not, I am still cashing in. But this is too funny. Trump posts on Truth Social bragging, we are making America great again. Wang Yi says, China cannot be contained. Then both sides say we want peace. Peace. That is like me saying I want to retire but buying another island instead. Brent crude oil just hit $80 a barrel. Because of this mess making my private jet cost a few million more per trip, I am fine. I can buy an oil rig, but you, good luck filling your car at $10 a gallon. Let us keep going and see how absurd this peace charade gets. You have to understand, folks, this Blinken-Wang Yi meeting is not about peace. It is about who gets to flex the biggest muscles on the global stage. Blinken says we want cooperation, but China must stop stealing our tech chips. Wang Yi fires back. Yes, America must stop using Taiwan to contain us. Meanwhile, Trump at home posts on Truth Social, we just hit China with 34% tariffs and I am the deal-making genius. A spectacular success. Really? That is like me crashing my private jet into a hangar, but bragging I meant to make a statement. Look at the hypocrisy. The United States says we want dialogue but bans high-tech exports to China, calling it national security. China retaliates by choking off rare earth metals, the stuff you need for phones, electric cars, and my drones. Wang Yi goes on television, says we want win-win cooperation, but then they ban American chips from Micron and push their own chip tech cooperation. That is like me inviting a rival to my yacht party but locking the wine cellar so he gets nothing to drink. And Taiwan, oh boy, that is the ticking time bomb. Wang Yi says America must stop supporting Taiwan independence. Blinken says we are just selling them weapons for self-defense. Meanwhile, Trump once said Taiwan is a bargaining chip. Like when I trade a small island for a casino deal. But you know who could spoil the party? The National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Yes, those satellite nerds. After they exposed Trump's missed bomb on Iran's Fordo site, I bet they are watching the South China Sea ready to drop images of American and Chinese warships playing cat and mouse. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, boring science. Guys turning into the ultimate buzzkill. The truth is, the world is watching, but you know who pays the price? You regular folks with gas prices spiking and stocks tanking. Me! I just bought more oil stocks when the market crashed. Let us see how messy this gets when both sides pretend to talk peace. So, What happens when Blinken and Wang Yi fake their peace talks? Chaos, that is what. Trump goes on, Truth Social says, we are crushing China with tariffs. Meanwhile, China slaps 15% duties on American farm goods, making American farmers cry harder than when my hedge fund shorted their land. Then there's this twist. China starts dumping United States Treasury bonds, pushing bond yields to 5%, spiking America's borrowing costs. Like when I sell off a rival stock tanking their price, but then realize I still own a chunk of it. Double-edged sword, folks. The reactions are comedy gold. Blinken says, we want stable relations. But the United States Department of Defense, led by Hawk, Pete Hegseth, says we are ready to fight China if we have to. Wang Yi fires back. If America wants a trade war or any war, we will fight to the end. Really? That is like two billionaires on my yacht arguing over whose jet is bigger while both are seasick. Meanwhile, countries like Vietnam and the Philippines are stuck in the crossfire trying not to get crushed. Vietnam scrambles to dodge Trump's 46% tariffs while the Philippines worries about Chinese warships in the South China Sea. The ugly truth? Nobody cares about peace. The United States wants to control tech. China wants to control markets. Both want to be the boss, but you regular folks pay the price. Oil prices spike, supply chains crumble, and over 180 countries get caught in Trump's tariff web. I am fine. I have oil, futures, and tech stocks to cash in. But you? Good luck when your electric bill looks like my private island maintenance invoice. Let us wrap this up with my billion-dollar lesson. Alright, let us sum it up. Blinken and Wang Yi meet up pretending to save United States-China relations, talking about dialogue and peace. Meanwhile, Trump slaps 34% tariffs on Chinese goods, and China hits back with rare earth bans and farm taxes. Both sides say we do not want conflict, but act like they are gearing up for a trade war of the century. Oil prices saw markets shake, and I am sitting here counting cash from energy and tech stocks. That is the script, folks. Here is what I learned. Politicians are overpriced clowns. Blinken talks about dialogue, but the United States bans Chinese tech. Wang Yi talks about cooperation, but China chokes rare earths. Trump brags he is a deal-making genius, but maybe he is just good at posting on Truth Social. It is all a show, and you know who pays for the tickets? You regular folks with higher gas and grocery bills. Me. I am just sitting on my private jet, watching the drama and laughing. The deeper truth. Nobody cares about you. The United States wants to run the world. China wants to overtake the United States, and both want to look cool. They will yell about peace or security, but it is really about power. Power to control cheap oil markets. That is why I have my own airline, Freedom Air. No tariffs, no politics, just open skies and top-shelf champagne. You should try it if you can afford it. Looking back, this is not new. Trade wars, bragging showdowns, it is like the Cold War but with hashtags and satellites. And the future, Trump will slap more tariffs, China will hit back, and the National Aeronautics and Space Administration might drop another photo ruining someone's day. I will still be rich. The lesson here? Leverage, folks. You do not need to win the game, you just need to own the board. That is why I am rich, and that is why I am out. God bless this mess, and good luck to the rest of you.